morning, paper crafters. I'm so good to be back in my studio working. And before I get started, I just want to go ahead and show you the tools that I used for this layout. So the first one is Frozen Cricut cartridge. The second one is the Authentique 6x6 paper pad, and this one is called Alpine. And then the last one is this Recollections Christmas Abroad paper pad, and this is from Michaels. All right, so my family and I were treated to Disney on Ice by my parents last year, and it was my brother's family, my parents, and my family. So this is what this layout is going to be. So set everything off to the side here. I have inked all of my papers in this stamp here. It's my first stamp pad, I think is what it's called, in brown. And I am using this navy blue base. And the top one, sorry about that. The top one is this red snowflake print. And the bottom half is going to be this black, white, and snow blue chevron print. So let's go ahead and get these down. See if I can get this centered on here. There we go. Okay, now I'm not so concerned about whether or not these touch here. I just want the bottoms to be equal because I'm going to have a strip of paper. All right, going across. Now I debated if I should cut this down to be the same size as my inner papers, or if I should go all the way to the edge. And I decided I wanted to go all the way to the edge. No particular reason why. I just kind of like the way it blended the two pages together. Okay. Ooh, a little sticky there. Okay. See if I can get this right on the edge here. There we go. All right, and for my title, I created this on the silhouette. I don't have a Disney font, so I just found one that was close enough that I liked. So I just typed out Disney on Ice, and then I had a snowflake in my library, so I put that on there, and then I went into the store and found these ice skates and put them on there. So then I laid it on my screen like this, and then I offset it, or welded it together and offset it to give it a back shadow. I always like to have a shadow on my title because I think it helps it pop off the page some. And as you can see, I used glitter paper for the snowflake as well as for the blades of the skates. And I wrote on the back NG. This is to help me know not to put any glue here because this is going to go over my what do you call these? Sorry, I'm having a brain gone right now. But photo mat, sorry, just came to me. Okay. And I'm going to put this across the very top. Originally, I wanted it to kind of go down over here, but it took up too much of my paper. So I just did it straight across. Let's hold that down for a second so it can adhere. I don't know why. Lately this glue seems to be taking a lot longer to adhere than it used to. I don't know if it's because it's cold in my basement or what. Does anybody else have that problem with the glue just seems to not want to catch? All right. So then I have this photo mat, and it's on the same blue. Here, I'll show you, this one's not put together yet. The same blue cardstock as the back of the paper here, and then these little snow hats and mittens of all different shapes and sizes are the background of this. Okay. And I inked the blue paper in black soot, and the printed paper I did in that same brown color. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this right here. I'm not going to adhere it just yet. Just want to confirm that's where I want it. And this one over here. And then let's make sure that these all fit here properly. So there's Anna and Olaf. Okay, let's pull this down just a little bit. Olaf can go over a little bit like that. All right, perfect. So I am not going to show you the picture for this one because that's got my parents and my nieces and my nephew in it, and I don't have permission to share them on the internet. So this is going to be blank for your viewing purposes. All right. Let's get this under here. Just like that. All right. Now, I have a story to tell you about Anna and Elsa. The recommended cutting size, according to the Cricut book, on here, let me show you, was 11 inches, I believe. Okay, so for Anna, it was 10 inches. And then for Elsa, it was 11. So you can see here, they give you this recommended cutting size. Well, I only have the personal cutting trimmer, Cricut. So the biggest that I can do is 5.5. And let me tell you, it was a struggle, absolute struggle, but I made it work. I couldn't cut out her eyes or her mouth. I had to do that by hand, and but I made it work. So I'm really proud of how it turned out, actually, for as much work it was. So just know that if you have a personal trimmer or a Cricut and it tells you the size, yeah, they mean to stick by that size, I'm pretty sure. But I didn't want that big of a girl on my layout anyways. So I think even if I had the full 12 by 12 Cricut, I would have cut it smaller. Maybe not quite this small, but definitely 7 inches. All right, so there's Anna. Here's Olaf. And Olaf I covered in clear Spectrum Noir glitter. In fact, I'm almost out of the clear, so I'm going to go buy some more here soon. And I didn't put any glue on his hair twigs because it's going to go over the photo mat a little bit. Okay, let's make him right here. Yeah, that gives me room. Let's take some of that glue off his foot because it's going over some. Okay. And then here's the picture. This is of the cast skating. Okay, everything's falling over back there. All right. Let's just attach this on here. I'm always torn about using photo mats because once you get the picture on, you really can't see the cute design. It just kind of peeks out the edge, but I feel like it adds a little something to it. So I add it. Okay. Right there. There we go. And then I cut out this snowflake from the Cricut. Let's see if you can see that. From the same cartridge. And blue glitter tape. Or glitter paper, sorry. Get this glued on. Okay, and I'm just going to stick it right over here. Okay, and then I'm going to set this one off to the side because it's completed and bring in this one over here. And my Elsa and Snowflake dropped, so let me just get down here, pick those up. Sorry if my head's in the way. And there was another snowflake, but I don't see it. Darn it. All right. I'll have to look for that in a minute. Okay. So the same thing, I'm just going to attach these onto okay. And now the chevron paper. Oops. And let's get this even right down here. Perfect. And then here's my mittens. Now these is just a border strip out of that same paper pad, and I just cut it down to the mittens. Get these edges here. All right. All right, perfect. Now these pictures I cut down to 3.5 by 3.5 each, and I put it on a light blue paper from the pack and then that same navy paper. And I already did it ahead of time because it took me a little time just to make sure they were completely evenly spaced. All right. And this is going to go right on top. Let's make sure you're on camera. So there we go. The center. And then here is another group shot. This one's got Mickey and Minnie in it. Get Now I have two ATG guns. One is for general purpose tape, and so that's what I use on the paper. And one is acid-free tape, and so that's what I use on the photographs. And so let me show them to you. My acid-free one has rhinestones, so I know that's for the pictures. And then the other one has nothing on it, so that's for the paper. All right, so this is going to go right here. And then just make sure I fit Elsa in here. Okay. And the snowflake is going to go right there. Perfect. Okay. Okay. And then now for Elsa. Oh, and Elsa, let me tell you what I do with her. So her eyes wouldn't cut out, so I used a white jelly roll in her eyes, and then I took the blue paper and I cut off the tiniest snippet of blue to glue into her eyes. I mean, literally, let's see, if I cut off this very tip right here, which I'm not going to do, right there, I mean, that is the amount of blue I used to put into her eyes. And then I used a black jelly roll to go in there to give her the pupils. And then the white that was supposed to go in her hair right here, actually supposed to be light blue, wouldn't cut. So I just used my stickles and actually happened to like it a lot better in her hair to give it some bling. So very, very difficult when you're doing it half of the recommended size. She's cut at 5.5. She was recommended to cut at 11. I'm sorry, it seems to be kind of a dark shadow. I do have my light on, but we're expecting rain today, so there's clouds outside. And so it's a little darker than we would prefer it. Okay, so Elsa goes here, and then I use that same clear Wink of Stella on her cape, on her train here, and her arms, sleeves. Okay, so now I'm going to use this blue snowflake. Because her hand is just sticking out there, and I felt like she needed to be holding something. So, put it right here. It does kind of get lost a little bit in those mittens, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, and then I have this white snowflake that I'm going to put down here, and I have a bigger blue snowflake. And like, oh, here it is. Yay, I found it. Okay. It's going to go right here. So this snowflake is cut at 1.5 inches, and this larger one is cut at 2 inches. And it did a really good job at cutting them out at this size. Okay, and then here's the white snowflake. Right there. Okay. And then for my final touch, I have these rhinestones, and I thought it'd be fun to put in the middle of the snowflake. So do the bigger one on the bigger. There we go. And let's add it to this one right here. I'm not going to put one in this one because the D is covering it up. So that is my double page layout. Sorry I cannot really show them to you side by side. I did some research and found out that because I have an Android phone, it does not film when the camera is looking down. It will not film at a horizontal angle for whatever reason. It films it when I try to do it horizontal. It films it from look like you're looking from the side. And I had some people say that they didn't like that, so I have to do it vertical. But that means I don't get the whole thing in. But you can get an idea here what it looks like. So let me just show you this one here. And page 2. All right. I hope you guys have a good day. For those of you guys who are living in the polar vortex, I am praying for all of you that you guys all stay safe and warm. And I can't wait to come back and share another layout with you guys soon. Bye-bye.